It was an event to remember the late President John Evans Atta-Mills, who was popularly referred to as the Asomdwee, to wit the King of Peace and all that he stood for. Ironically, the controversy over his death and aftermath remains. Former President John Mahama did not take kindly to the happenings.
That what should have been a solemn 10th anniversary where we celebrate this giant of a Ghanaian in history to reflect over his life and times and draw useful lessons from them, it was instead heralded by needless and orchestrated controversy about his final resting place. Any effort to give a facelift to this park called Asomdwee Park, where his mortal remains lie and where we're holding this event, should be welcomed, as it is no more than Professor Mills would have deserved for his outstanding contributions to our nation's development and its forward march. It is, however, untenable, unconscionable, and uncanny for this to be done without recourse to his family, while involving individuals whose actions and conduct have only served to drag the dignified professor's name and memory into needless and unnecessary public controversy.
He wondered why such actions would be taken against the time-tested cultural, traditional and religious practices.
It simply flies in the face of time-tested traditions and customs and all principles of decency for such a thing to happen. It is yet unclear what could have motivated this course of action. If it is informed by a desire to score phantom cheap political points, then it evinces the level of debasement that our politics is currently suffering. We can do all the politics we want, but there are some things we must hold sacred and worthy of protection. The quest to outdo each other for political advantage must not lead to this new low in skullduggery, where we are willing to dishonor the memory of a man who dedicated his lifetime to serving his country and did so with unparalleled distinction. As the good book notes, we have the right to all things, but not all things are beneficial for us. It is also a matter of some regret that there has been an erosion of the efforts that Professor Mills made to weave a cohesive nation in place of one that has become polarized and divided severely on political and sectarian lines.
National Chairman for the Opposition NDC, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, urged Ghanaians to emulate the lifestyle of the late president to reposition the country for posterity.
May I leave you what, in my humble estimation, must be the everlasting legacies of the Asomdwee. President John Atta-Mills personified the following attributes: service with integrity, honesty, selflessness, and leadership through service, what is now popularly called servant leadership. I believe firmly that if every citizen of this country, especially our leaders, internalize these attributes and consciously practice them, our beloved country would have entrenched for itself these sterling qualities by which alone great nations are built.